All right, the Monday evening edition of Weather for Weather Geeks. You know, weather content in the environment, the news environment we have out there, it for many people is an opportunity to kind of take their minds off of all of the life-changing events that we have experienced of late. Now, we're going to have some serious weather at some point, as we always do, and we'll get some severe weather this spring. But for the time being, the weather has been pretty benign. It will continue to be fairly benign this week, although we do have some wet weather heading our way later on today. So hopefully the few minutes of weather content in our newscasts and videos like this can help you to take your mind off of some of the more serious news that is certainly prevalent today. All right, over the last couple of weeks, the warmth has certainly outnumbered the cool weather. That's been the case now for seemingly forever. And it's really interesting to look at the departures from average. When we do get a cooler day, it's barely cooler than average. For example, here on the 6th, it was 2 degrees cooler than average for a high. On Saturday, started last weekend, it was a chilly day Saturday, but it was only 4 below the average. But then when it turns warm, it's way above the average. We had a plus 17 here on the 8th, a plus 23 a week ago on the 9th. And this has also been the case in our recent warm weather we've had in the last several years and months. Yes, we've had some cooler weather, we've even had some cold snaps, but the departures from average on the warm side tend to be much more impressive than the departures from average on the cold side. All right, and with the warm winter weather and warm start to spring, of course, spring is continuing to advance north and things are really starting to bloom pretty fast. Not far to our south, down towards Parkersburg, Marietta, Cincinnati, Louisville, Charleston, and then certainly once you're over to DC and Baltimore and places like that, it really looks like spring in a lot of places. And while you're going to see some buds on certain types of vegetation and trees around here, it's still, for the most part, it's a pretty bare landscape, pretty brown landscape here across northeast Ohio and western PA, but that will, of course, be changing in the next few weeks. Started with some sunshine this morning, cool time lapse today. You'll notice from left to right, here come the clouds, and they increased from south to north this afternoon. Not a great looking afternoon, but again, it was pretty mild. We were a handful of degrees warmer than average. Average for the middle of March is in the mid-40s for daytime highs. And these clouds will start to produce some precipitation as we go through the evening. Showers are lurking off to our west. This is nothing to write home about. Some light rain will visit us from time to time tonight, starting around mid-evening and again off and on through the night. And tomorrow morning, I can't even rule out having to flip on the wipers a couple of times. A couple of spots of drizzle could greet us as Tuesday gets underway. Now, Tuesday will kind of play out in a completely different way than today did, in that today started with sun, ended with clouds. Tuesday, St. Patrick's Day, starts with clouds and ends with some sun. So our front, and it's not much of a front, there's no cold air behind this front. The front rolls through though, and then the sky's clear. Should be a nice sunset for our Tuesday evening, with a temperature staying above the average. High pressure quickly shifts off to our east. It only pays us a brief visit. So while the sky will be clear tomorrow night and Wednesday morning, clouds will increase quickly Wednesday afternoon. This is a strong warm front heading our way, and it will produce a steady period of rain, it looks like, towards sunset Wednesday evening into the overnight. And then as we go to Thursday, while things should become a little more scattered in nature, that threat of a passing shower will still be there, but boy, is it going to warm up in a hurry in the wake of this front. This is a strong warm front, and there's definitely a little mid-spring preview coming at the end of the week, Thursday and into Friday. All right, no threats for flash flooding tomorrow across the region, but as we go to the day Wednesday, especially late in the day, the National Weather Service is pinpointing kind of the I-70 corridor for an area of kind of a medium risk of flash flooding. That's where the heaviest rain is likely to set up during the second half of the day Wednesday. We're in the lower end risk. I'm not real concerned about flooding issues around here, but a pretty steady period of rain Wednesday evening could leave us with a decent amount of wet weather, and there'll be more showers from time to time later Thursday night, and even in parts of Friday, even though there'll be a lot of dry time as well. Check out these temperatures at the end of the week. This is a look at the European model temperature outlook, and let me back this up actually to right about there. Friday afternoon, look at this. 70 or better is going to be a possibility Friday afternoon, but you'll notice the colder air is already trying to arrive before the afternoon is through off to our north and west. It may be 70 around here, but closer to 50 in Cleveland Friday afternoon, and that cooler air, yeah, it's going to win the battle, and it's going to feel a lot different outside by late Friday night and Saturday morning. After touching 70 in some spots Friday afternoon, we'll wake up Saturday morning 24, 25 degrees. That is a big time cold snap coming our way, at least compared to where we will have been Thursday and Friday. So rainfall totals, and again, a lot of this coming Wednesday evening and overnight, and then hit or miss stuff Thursday into Friday. An inch or two seems to be the consensus amongst our medium range modeling here, and here's a look at just one model, but it shows that idea of the heavy rain corridor probably setting up closer to the Ohio River. Not real concerned about problems with water around here. Here's a look at our high temperature forecast for the next 7 days. What a roller coaster. 67 Thursday. Some places are going to touch 70 on Friday. And then despite pretty much a bright and sunny afternoon on Saturday, looks like a lot of us will stay in the 30s and barely above 40 on Sunday. And for I think the fourth straight weekend, we're going to have a lot of sunshine this weekend. It's going to be fairly ineffective. Now, I hesitate to say ineffective once we're into the spring, of course, and the sun is getting stronger. It'll still feel better to have sun out, that is for sure, but it's not going to do a whole lot in terms of temperatures, helping us out temperature-wise. We'll be below average both days this weekend. All right, that'll do it for me tonight. Thanks for watching the Monday Evening Weather for Weather Geeks. I'll see you back here for more updates Tuesday evening.